12 signs of true intelligence that can't be faked.
Some traits or abilities that are perceived as undesirable or worthless can really reveal a person's high level of mental activity. Scientists at least believe this. What qualities and abilities do they have? How do they improve us? We at Brightside made the decision to research the subject and came up with a list of a few indicators that, in accordance with experts, point to exceptional intellect. Number 12. You are left-handed or ambidextrous. An experiment involving a group of left and right-handed persons was described by Maria Konnikova of The New Yorker as follows. Left-handed people were more adept, for instance, at combining two ordinary objects in unique ways to generate a third, for example, using a pole and a tin can to make a birdhouse. They were also excellent at organizing word lists into as many different groups as they could. Scientists linked divergent thinking, a type of creativity that aids in the generation of novel ideas, and left-handedness. The same is true for ambidextrous individuals, or those with equally developed hand activity. Try performing some tasks using your left hand if you are a right-handed person and vice versa. These acts stimulate the brain's developing regions. Number 11. You often worry about even the smallest things. In one study, researchers gave 126 elementary school pupils questionnaires to complete on how frequently they worry about something, listen to gossip, or consider things that make them angry. According to the results of the subsequent nonverbal intelligence test, it revealed that the children who worried more than the others did better. Scientists link it to the idea that people who are constantly anxious produce better work. Number 10. You love joking around. At the University of New Mexico, there was one more intriguing study conducted. 400 students took examinations to assess their discussion skills. The pupils were required to provide captions for several cartoon images after passing the tests. Independent estimators looked over these captions. It seemed that 86% of the more intelligent students who scored the highest on the test selected amusing captions for the photographs. The same study was then conducted with comedians, and all of them scored above average on the verbal IQ exam. What purpose does this serve? Scientists claim that comedy boosts intelligence, keeps the brain and nervous system healthy, and improves our intelligence. Number 9. You're too curious. According to researchers at the London University of Psychology, a child who is interested is more likely to grow up to be an inventor than one who merely memorizes information. In the Harvard Business Review, Professor Tomasz Chamorro-Premuzic describes how having a hungry mind and being curious make us smarter. A child is more likely to be interested in science and art as ways of thinking and expressing themselves, according to him. In one British study, 6,000 adults who were born within the last 50 years were observed by researchers. They discovered that 11-year-old children with higher IQ scores exhibited greater curiosities and were more receptive to future experiences. Number 8. You are a night owl. It's more likely that you are intelligent than average if you are a night owl. Scientists hypothesize that this is because brain activity is so intense that it interferes with daily biorhythms. An association between a child's intelligence and sleeping patterns was investigated in a study by the Personality and Individual Differences magazine, involving thousands of young individuals. It was shown that most intelligent individuals enjoy getting up later on weekdays and weekends. A different study that examined 400 U.S. Air Force trainees came to the same conclusions. Number 7. You are very impressionable or easily distracted. You may be wiser than others if you are frequently sidetracked by social media notifications, tea breaks, or even during talks. Or so scientists claim. A recent study found that the more intelligent a person is, the more difficult it is for them to focus. According to scientists, this is because it's challenging to control high levels of brain activity. Number 6. You walk a lot. According to a statistical analysis conducted by American researchers, persons who live in cities that prioritize pedestrians have better IQ scores than those who reside in areas that prioritize transportation. The same outcomes were obtained after looking into the pedestrian-friendly areas of large cities. In a study that became a social psychology classic, Justin Kruger and David Dunning discovered the Dunning-Kruger effect. They came to the conclusion that a smarter individual doubts his cognitive ability more. In other words, intelligent people don't mind admitting that they don't know something. They can learn something new if they don't know something. That's why if you always have questions popping up in your head and you're not afraid to ask them, then you are probably smarter than a lot of other people. Number 5. You realize how much you still don't know. The Dunning-Kruger effect is the result of a study by Justin Kruger and David Dunning that became a classic in social psychology. They concluded that the smarter a person is, the more he doubts his cognitive abilities. In other words, smart people are not afraid of saying, "I don't know." If they don't know something, they can find out something new. That's why if you always have questions popping up in your head and you're not afraid to ask them, then you are probably smarter than a lot of other people. Number 4. You're good at self-control. Smart people are adept at controlling their impulsivity and are skilled at feeling no emotion. Prior to acting, they consider the repercussions as well. Number 3. You often procrastinate. Researchers believe that people who find an excuse to skip a workout readily have a higher cognitive demand. Numerous well-known scientists have observed that most intelligent individuals frequently put off doing jobs. For instance, Adam Grant asserts that the secret to innovation is delay. By delaying things until later, Steve Jobs could give his brain a break and focus on something else entirely. Number 2. You constantly nibble on something. It is common knowledge that chewing gum boosts mental activity and focus, but only for around 20 minutes. However, researchers have lately discovered that intelligent people frequently chew on something. They claim that during chewing, our brains are more receptive to self-reflection and analysis. Number 1. You fall asleep during the day from time to time. The fact that Leonardo da Vinci used polyphasic sleep is well known. Every 4 hours, he slept for 20 to 30 minutes. How come he did that? The brains of intelligent people work harder, wear out more quickly, but also recharge more quickly. You must reload your brain in order to overcome fatigue and approach the issue with new eyes. Spend at least 20 minutes napping. Do you have any of these characteristics? Let us know in the comments.